Part 19. I have the option of love in the starry sky. Author, Lao Cha Shugu. Chapter 181. Even if Bo Chang makes Yin Lang fully prepared, it will be difficult for her to cause any harm to herself. And the Star Core hunters will not allow the hacker girl to mess around. Let's take a step back. Even if Silver Wolf ignored the consequences and attacked Bo Chang on his own initiative, he was just here to deliver food. 9 times out of 10, the same mistakes will be made again. Once again, he fell into Bo Chang's hands and was cruelly played with. The romance option is turned on. Option 1, ignore the Silver Wolf, completion reward, every now and then in the early morning, you will be woken up by the Silver Wolf. Option 2, rub Silver Wolf's face, show a gentleman's smile, and say, "It's okay, I'll wait for you." Completion reward, Silver Wolf's big butt pocket. Option 3, pat Yin Lang's butt, show a gentleman's smile, and say, "They say that the salted duck's butt is a treasure." To be honest, I also want to have a taste, Yin Lang big pussy pocket. Option 4, push down the Silver Wolf on the spot, completion reward, the Silver Wolf turns black. Is this how extreme joy leads to sorrow? Bo Chang muttered in his heart. All 4 options are penalties. This seems to reveal some news. Did I go a little too far? Bo Chang fell into deep thought. Now you either have to choose to be quarreled by Silver Wolf every now and then, or choose Silver Wolf's big bag. As for the darkening option, Bo Chang would definitely not move. Just seeing that word, he could directly rule it out. What should I choose? Chapter 220, Never act out of emotion. After hesitating for a moment, Bo Chang thought, option 1. Compared to Kabuto, it was still acceptable for Silver Wolf to bother him every now and then. After all, even if Silver Wolf comes, he might be delivering food. Then I can have fun with the hacker girl again. When Bo Chang thought about it this way, he still had some small expectations in his heart. After all, he still hadn't had enough fun today. Just know that too much is never enough. Plus the love options prompt, so I chose to end it all. Bo Chang ignored Yin Lang and just looked at her silently, his eyes seeming to say, "It's time for me to leave here. Take a breath." When Yin Lang saw Bo Chang acting like he was okay, he felt even more angry inside. There is an unknown fire that I don't know how to vent. Just wait for me. Silver Wolf sat up, opened a colorful portal, and said, "Just get out of here. I will contact you if anything happens in the future. There is no need to say anything stupid about worrying that I can't contact you. As a genius hacker, I have a lot of ideas." Silver Wolf's tone was unkind. It seemed that he didn't want to say another word to Bo Chang at all. "Okay, I'll get out now." Bo Chang was very cooperative. After all, Silver Wolf is already like this. Bo Chang didn't mind letting the hacker girl take advantage of her verbally, as he would have to pay it back in the future anyway. Bye-bye. Finish this sentence. Bo Chang's body stepped into the colorful portal. Pity. The expected teleportation did not occur. Bo Chang's physical body passed directly through the colorful portal, smashing it into pieces and scattering with the wind. He himself still remains in this dark alien space. Silver Wolf's eyes widened in surprise. Those silver-gray pupils were filled with incredulity. What's going on? I still want to ask you, Silver Wolf, there should be no problem. Bo Chang turned around, his mouth twitching slightly. If that didn't work, he would have to use the teleportation ring's ability to run away. Although it will consume the last energy grid. But in this case, it won't do without it. Bo Chang couldn't really be trapped in this different space with Silver Wolf. Even if a man and a woman are alone in the same room, it makes people fantasize about it. That won't work either. I don't know. Silver Wolf shook her head, just when she was about to try again. The strangely lit dark space seemed to be swallowed up by darkness. It's like going from day to night. It's still that kind of night without any light. Bo Chang immediately entered a state where he could not see anything. Face this situation. Bo Chang became vigilant. He protected Silver Wolf behind him and activated the first rated power of the Dragon Talisman. While his whole body was ignited with blazing flames, there was also a crackling sound in his ears. The invisible hand immediately unfolded, like an octopus tentacle twisting wantonly in the surrounding air. Who? Bo Chang's eyes were like lightning. Even if the Dragon Talisman's first rated power is activated now, the surroundings were still very dark, and the visual distance was less than 3 meters. Silver Wolf picked up the goggles on the ground and put them on, and hurriedly summoned the weapon. She didn't even have time to put on shoes, socks, and gloves, so she rationally chose to go back to back with Bo Chang. The strong back of the black-haired boy gave people a strong sense of security. What's going on? This isn't included in Elio's script. Is it because of Bo Chang? Silver Wolf couldn't calm down anymore. Once the ability that you are proud of loses its effectiveness. Silver Wolf is not much different from an ordinary little girl. If I have to say it. In other words, his physical fitness is much better. Bo Chang, don't you have a teleportation ring? Just take me and run away. Silver Wolf looked at the darkness at the edge of his vision. Feel the malice conveyed in it. The hacker girl has no intention of staying here for a long time. The universe is dangerous. When encountering unexpected situations, running away is naturally the best choice. As the saying goes, 36 strategies are the best strategy. Only. Before Bo Chang could answer, the surrounding darkness dissipated. A familiar voice came. First, never act out of emotion. Second, never miss a single bad thing. Third, always referee fairly and beautifully. Referee aha, come and see me. After knowing who the visitor is, Bo Chang slowly typed out a question mark and couldn't help complaining in his heart. Did you just eat a time traveler? The gazes of Yin Lang and Bo Chang. At the same time, he locked on the orange clown mask that appeared on the scene. Happy Star God aha! Silver Wolf didn't expect that he would be in this situation. Meet the Star God of Joy. One thing to say. The appearance of Aha still made Silver Wolf feel a heavy pressure. After all, this is the Star God. The hacker girl can still be arrogant in front of the envoy. In front of the Star God, he is just like a little chicken, with no arrogance at all. Isn't my son happy to see his adoptive father coming? The orange clown mask said to Bo Chang. If you can. Bo Chang really wanted to poke Aha's chrysanthemum and let him know why the flower was so red. Certainly. Bo Chang definitely can't do this now. Even again. Bo Chang probably could only defeat Huan Lu, an emissary who could accurately step on thunder. It would be too difficult for him to fight against the Star God. To be honest. Bo Chang also didn't expect that. He was just thinking about it yesterday, but he didn't expect Aha to actually come. Yes. It is now the 3rd day since Bo Chang came to Luofu Immortal Boat. I have the option of love in the starry sky. Author, Lao Cha Shugu. Chapter 182. Or it was the early morning of the 3rd day. After all, when Bo Chang went to bed, it was almost 12 o'clock. Now must be the 3rd day of Luofu Xianzhou. Wait a little longer. It was the 10th day after Bo Chang crossed over. The romance option has been opened. Option 1, with a sincere face, he said, I am happy, I am really happy to see my adoptive father coming. Completion reward, Aha's mysterious reward. Option 2, with a look of disgust, he said, why haven't you died yet? Completion reward, get a skill, brave man, after using it, you will become very brave. Option 3, he bowed and said calmly, I don't know why my adoptive father came. Completion reward, get a random prop, ranging from a match to a star destroyer. Note, this kind of prop will. Option 4, take off your clothes, pick up the gun of oath, and stab Aha with all your strength. Completion reward, the approval of noble morality, the fountain location in the central square of the Baloberg administrative district. You can consume a praise of noble morality to salvage the treasure in the fountain once. Note, this type of props will. The sudden pop-up option made Bo Chang fall into deep thought about the mysterious reward. This is the fourth time it has appeared, and Bo Chang has not chosen it every time, so he doesn't know what it will be. Skilled hero. Bo Chang had a little hope when he first saw the name. Seeing the skill introduction, his heart instantly sank. This is similar to the previous Sage skill. Chapter 221. Let's do something serious. Random props and noble morality are very routine, nothing to say. Bo Chang's eyes turned around among the 4 options. Finally, he aimed at option 3. When Bo Chang's strength can really affect the star god, it will not be too late to attack Aha. There is no rush now. Option 3. Bo Chang looked calm and bowed. I don't know why my godfather came here. Aren't you asking knowingly? Aha's mouth corners were cracked all the way to the corners of his eyes. I came to find my child, of course, it is to play games. Well, Bo Chang knew it was like this. But this guy came a little too coincidentally. Bo Chang felt that he was spying on him. Rewards being distributed. Congratulations on winning a bottle of Coke, which will make you feel happy after drinking it. Note, this kind of prop will. Aha hasn't seen enough. How can I let you leave like this? Come on, keep playing. The orange mask rose and fell in the air. Silver Wolf watched the arrival of the joyful star god, and did not doubt his identity at all. Because only the star god can make Silver Wolf's ability ineffective so easily. Could it be that the joyful star god is behind Bo Chang? Impossible. If so, he should not have caused damage in Baloberg. Could it be that after the damage, he was taken in by Aha? That's impossible. Bo Chang's power definitely did not come from the joyful star god. After all, he had already. Silver Wolf thought a lot at once. As for the fact that Elio's prophecy went wrong, the hacker girl was not surprised. After all, it was a star god who came. Although the boss of the Star Core Hunter was powerful, but it is impossible to accurately predict the movement trajectory of the star god. Compared to Bo Chang, the various star gods are more difficult to predict. They are the strongest in the entire universe, and the Order Envoy is just an assistant. Hearing Aha's answer, Bo Chang thought, this guy, since when did he start spying on me? Has he been by my side since we parted last time? That's too disgusting. Bo Chang just didn't want to be supervised by the star god, so he refused to become an Order Envoy. Unexpectedly, he still couldn't get rid of the control of the Joy Star God. Is he a little idle? Do something serious, Aha. Bo Chang growled in his heart. It's only been a few days since I played with Aha last time, and this guy has come out again. It's a bit annoying. The scene suddenly became quiet. Bo Chang said, Godfather, you came too quickly. Didn't we just play once a few days ago? So what? Abba, figure out your position. I can come and go as I please. You have no right to make suggestions. Aha was still so strong. Just like Bo Chang did to Yinlang just now. It can't be said to be exactly the same, but it can only be said to be exactly the same. Bo Chang was silent. Yinlang just quietly observed the situation. The orange mask was suspended in the air and said, no one is talking? It seems that you are ready for the game. Next, the referee Aha will give a brief introduction. This game is Truth or Dare. The contestants are the unparalleled admiral of the Star Train, Bo Chang, and the genius hacker of the Star Core Hunter, Yinlang. Under Aha's mask, an orange arm like Tintin stretched out again, and he was holding a microphone in his hand. He said, "Let's applaud and welcome the two contestants and the audience to the stage." As soon as the voice fell, the entire dark space changed dramatically in an instant. A stage rumbled up from the ground. The neon lights hanging high in the sky shone brightly. Looking around, there were countless seats of various colors neatly arranged and raised in a semicircle, surrounding the entire stage, but there was no one on it. In front of these ghostly seats, there were also lighted signs. They are: development, destruction, preservation, joy. Each destiny light sign has a different color, and seats of different colors are also planned. The point is not these seats and light signs. It's something that appears above. Destruction, hunting, preservation, medicine man, wisdom, etc. Bochang saw groups of black shadows of different shapes emerging from the sky. Especially the one that represents destruction. Rang Bokane had a chill running down his spine. What is this? Is that the star god? No, no, no. How is that possible? Aha shouldn't be able to bring all the star gods together. He must be scaring. I want to regain the place where I lost to guessing game. Then I can't show my cowardice anymore. Bochang took a deep breath. Aha continued, the rules of the game are to roll dice, and compare the points. Whoever has a higher point can let the smaller party accept the punishment. Truth or dare, choose either one. The specific punishment will be determined in the truth. Choose any one from the card pile of words and adventures. 18 kinds of truth and 18 kinds of adventure, including but not limited to barking like a dog, saying the name of the person you like, etc. The player also rolls the dice to determine which card to draw. Aha said a lot in one breath. And the orange mask kept looking towards the audience, occasionally glancing at Bochang and Yin Lang. It was as if there were really many spectators down there. There was obviously no one in the seat. Certainly. The only thing that felt like someone was there. Just those tall dark shadows in the sky. Roll the dice? Then I'm not killing Silver Wolf. The corners of Bochang's mouth curled up slightly. To know. Bochang has the skill of Dice Saint, and he can throw any number of points he wants. Just go all the way and you're done. I'm sorry, Silver Wolf, I originally planned to let you go, but, who knew Aha would come here? It seems I can only wrong you a little more. You shouldn't blame me, right? Bochang had already decided to kill the hacker girl. But Aha didn't give him a chance. Of course, in order to make the game more exciting, so, the one with the smaller number of points will not necessarily be punished after the two players have finished throwing. Aha, as the referee, will also throw. If the number is 1, 3, 5, the party with the lower number will be punished. If the number is 2, 4, 6, the party with the higher number will be punished. The orange mask finished speaking. Bochang was dumbfounded. He couldn't help complaining in his heart, "You bitch. Why are you such a bitch? Didn't you just say that the one with the lower score will be punished? Forget it, don't be angry, it's just truth or dare. It doesn't matter even if you lose to Silver Wolf. There's no one else here anyway. It's only the three of us who know about shameful words and shameful actions." Looking at the different shapes of black shadows in the sky, Bochang was a little unsure again. Are they, the projection of the star god, or are Aha scaring me? Do you, the audience, have any objections to such game rules? Aha stretched out another orange arm and put it next to his ear, making a listening gesture. I have no objections. Then, the game begins. Chapter 222 Mysterious Reward. Aha just finished speaking. Bochang and Yin Lang, who were originally standing together, were pulled apart by an unknown force. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I have the option of Love in the Starry Sky. Author, Lao Cha Shugu. Chapter 183. There is a distance of 5 meters between the two people. A long table suddenly appeared in front of me. On one side is Bo Chang, on the other side is Silver Wolf, with Aha in the middle. Dice and dice cups appeared in front of the three of them. The difference is, Bo Chang and Yin Lang had 3 dice in front of them, while Aha only had 1, but he had 2 more cards. You're here to torment me again, stepfather, right? I'll blow your ass sooner or later. Bo Chang thought in his heart. When I get this skill from my foster father. Bo Chang knew that sooner or later he and Aha would have to have a glorious duel. Otherwise, I would be sorry for this skill. Now, I invite Bo Chang, the peerless general of the Star Corps train, to take the lead in rolling the dice. The orange mask held the microphone in one hand and pointed at the black-haired boy with the other free hand. After having 2 orange arms. This thing finally doesn't look like that anymore. If you don't know how to give nicknames, don't give me nicknames. What kind of unparalleled general? Bo Chang complained silently in his heart. He did not roll the dice, but asked, "Father, how many games do we want to play?" This issue is very important, and Silver Wolf also cares about it. After all, who wants to be with a star god? This pressure is really too much. It would be better to end it as early as possible. Huh? It seems that Bo Chang still has doubts, then let the referee Aha explain it again, but, before that, I would like to remind you that before this when playing games, just call me Aha. After all, even if you call me foster father, Aha will never show favoritism to you. Just like I said before. First, we must not act out of emotion, second, we must not miss any bad thing, third, we must referee fairly and beautifully. As a referee, Aha will definitely enforce the law impartially. Aha, read the previous declaration again. Bo Chang could feel that he was having a lot of fun. Silver Wolf, the same goes for you, just call me Aha. Now back to the subject, the game lasts for a total of 9 rounds. Whoever receives the least punishment will be awarded a mysterious gift package by Aha, so, please work hard and make the audience happy. Aha raised his arms and shouted. Bo Chang pricked up his ears and thought to himself, is there any reward? Of course, if you don't cooperate and make the audience happy, referee Aha will also punish you accordingly, including but not limited to the violent death of relatives and friends, electric shocks, etc. Aha's tone suddenly became sinister. Bo Chang was not surprised at all. Compared to the last time, I directly gambled with the life of the entire Belloberg. This time Aha was quite gentle. Penalties will only be imposed if a player fails to cooperate. That is to say, as long as you play the 9-round game honestly, you will not only be safe, but you may even get Aha's mysterious reward. Silver Wolf calculated it in his mind. In the end I felt that the pros outweighed the cons and the game was playable. After all, this is a reward from the Star God, and it must be a good thing, otherwise how could he take it? Do the 2 contestants still have any doubts? If there is a problem, Aha wants to solve it once and for all and have fun playing the game. Silver Wolf thought for a moment and said, what would happen if Bo Chang and I throw the same number? It's very simple. Aha grinned, both parties accept the punishment together. Face this situation. Bo Chang's heart did not waver at all. The happy star god is not a kind person to begin with, just get used to it. Then Silver Wolf asked a few more questions before ending. Are you still confused now? If not, please ask player Bo Chang to start rolling the dice. In addition, friendly reminder, in the first round, Bo Chang will take the lead and Yin Lang will take the second step. In the second round, Yin Lang will take the lead and Bo Chang will take the second step. In the last 7 rounds, both sides will take action at the same time. Please plan in advance. Aha spoke again. This time neither Bo Chang nor Yin Lang had any objections. So, Bo often used a dice cup to cover 3 dice, and then shook them wildly on the table. This behavior can be said to be rolling the dice. But everyone doesn't care so much. Although the skill introduction of the Dice Saint is about rolling the points I want, but, this should be fine. 3 dice, let's get to 16 this time. Anyway, who will be punished in the end depends on Aha's points. It's not very important to me. Bo Chang sighed softly in his heart. In the process of rolling the dice, Bo Chang noticed the difference in Dice Saint's skills. After he wanted to roll out 16 points, he felt an underworld feeling guiding him to shake the dice cup in his hand. And Bo Chang was also vaguely able to judge the numbers in the dice cup through the sound. Awesome. Relying on the skill effect of Dice Saint, Bo Chang shook it for a few seconds and then opened his lid. 3 dice on a solid black tabletop. They are 6, 5, 5. 16 o'clock. This is no different from what Bo Chang imagined. 16 points, Bo Chang is worthy of being the unparalleled admiral of the Star Train, and he easily shook out such a large number of points. It's a pity, the size of the points does not mean that you can avoid punishment. Aha said here. Bo Chang couldn't help but curse the other party in his heart as a real dog. Next is the turn of the highly anticipated Silver Wolf, so, as a genius hacker of the Star Core Hunter, what points will she shake out? Let's look forward to it. Aha was in high spirits. Bo Chang suddenly felt that the other party seemed to have a talent for being a host. Hearing this, Silver Wolf disdainfully picked up the dice cup, and then threw up 3 dice with his other hand. The dice cup was swept. Silver Wolf put all the dice into the dice cup in mid-air, and then began to shake the dice in the air. The other party's whole set of operations was smooth and flowing. It was very much like a casino boss who only appeared in movies. Watching Silver Wolf glance at himself with disdain, Bo Chang slowly typed out a question mark. Just as Aha was talking nonsense, Silver Wolf quietly put on all the things he had just taken off. She became the arrogant hacker girl who offered countless bounties in the Interstellar Peace Company again. She casually shook the dice. Silver Wolf was still chewing bubble gum and blowing out a pink bubble. Aha did not stop the other party's idea. He just said one sentence - you must come up with the result of the dice within 10 seconds, otherwise you will be punished directly. As soon as the Happy Star Mythology finished speaking, Silver Wolf slapped the dice cup in his hand down hard. Then it was opened, and there was 6, 6, 6 inside. Bo Chang, 6. He never expected that Silver Wolf actually had such a skill, which was simply out of the ordinary. Aha said to the audience, it seems that the genius hacker of the Star Core Hunter is not to be outdone. She easily shook out the highest score of 18 points, and cast a disdainful look at contestant Bo Chang. The tension between the two sides is really intense. Chapter 223 Kiss. Now, let the referee Aha throw the most critical dice to decide the winner. Aha picked up the dice on the table that was one size larger than Bo Chang and others. He gently put it into the dice cup and shook it vigorously. The rolling sound seemed to hit the bottom of their hearts. When Aha pressed the dice cup on the table, the dice inside was still spinning. Bo Chang had no idea what point would appear, so he could only wait for the result with the heart hanging in the air. Aha opened the dice cup. Everyone stared at the dice spinning on the table. Due to the existence of the star god Aha, Bo Chang and Silver Wolf did not dare to do anything and could only watch. In the end, the score was 2. Bo Chang breathed a sigh of relief, and was glad that he didn't shake the highest point. Otherwise, maybe he would be like Silver Wolf. Accept the punishment. In the rules customized by Aha, if an odd number appears, the one with a small point will be punished. If an even number appears, the one with a large point will be punished. Oh, it seems that Silver Wolf's luck is not very good. What punishment do you want to choose? Aha looked at the hacker girl. Truth or dare? I have the option of love in the starry sky. Author, Lao Cha Shugu. Chapter 184. To be honest. Silver Wolf didn't know what to choose. After hesitating for a few seconds, she replied, truthfully. Okay, please roll the dice again. Aha extended his hand very gentlemanly. Silver Wolf did as he was told, and she rolled out a 10. The happy star god pulled out a card with 10 written on the back from the card pile on the left and said, "What is the color of your briefs?" Silver Wolf was stunned for a moment. Don't know how to answer at all. After posing the question, Aha continued. Friendly reminder. Don't try to lie, okay? Otherwise, as a fair referee, Aha will impose additional penalties. Threat, this is a naked threat. Yinlang glanced at Bo Chang, remained silent for a moment, and said, my briefs, are blue and white. Having said that, Silver Wolf couldn't help but press her slightly hot cheek, feeling like she had said such words herself. It was even more embarrassing than being tortured by Bo Chang just now. Although Silver Wolf's voice is not loud. But it was so quiet here that you could hear a needle drop, which caused Bo Chang to hear it very clearly. The romance option is turned on. Option 1, give a thumbs up and praise, it's very cute. This fits your temperament very well. Completion reward, get random props, ranging from matches to star destroyers. Note, such props will. Option 2, turn a blind eye, completion reward, obtain skills, pretend to be dead, you can enter the state of suspended animation at any time. Seeing the skill of pretending to be dead, Bo Chang was in a daze for a moment. I recall that this skill appeared once when I first crossed over. Only. Bo Chang had no idea of choice at that time. How about the skill of pretending to be dead? I don't think this thing is very useful. That's all. Let's use this skill. Bo Chang was worried about pulling out a useless prop. In this case, it is better to choose the skill of pretending to be dead. What if it comes in handy? Option 2. Bo Chang pretended not to hear. This also made Yinlang feel a lot more comfortable. Rewards are being distributed, congratulations on getting the skill, pretending to be dead. Aha announced that the game would continue. In the second round, Silver Wolf took the lead, and she once again rolled 3 6s. It looks like he is planning to fight to the death. Or should I say show off your skills? Wait a minute, Silver Wolf rolled out 3 6s. Could it be that he wants to avoid me? Bo Chang had such a suspicion in his mind. After the second game, both sides will take action at the same time. If the points are the same, both sides will receive punishment. Thinking about it this way, Bo Chang got 3 1s. Although I feel like I might be thinking too much. But Bo Chang still expressed his attitude. One side is the largest and the other is the smallest. Then Aha rolled a 5. It seems that this time it's contestant Bo Chang's turn. Do you want truth or dare? A big adventure. Bo Chang spoke calmly, then picked up the dice cup and rolled out 3 points. A hint of surprise flashed in Silver Wolf's eyes. I didn't expect the other party to have this kind of technology. It was 3 points both times, which is unlikely to be a coincidence. Aha pulled out a card with 3 written on the back from the card pusher on the right and said, "Please take off your clothes." It's a joke. Bo Chang used his light wings to spread out, and all his bathrobe and boxer briefs fell to the ground. This is how powerful it is to take off your clothes in 1 second. Silver Wolf was expressionless. Bo Chang felt like he had lost his bonds, like a bird flying into the forest, feeling extremely free. This is the confidence that being naked gives me. Each skill will affect Bo Chang himself to a certain extent. So after taking off my clothes, not only did Bo Chang feel no shame, he even felt very happy. Certainly. This is also because there are not many people around. Moreover, Yinlang and Aha were barely acquaintances. So Bo Chang doesn't feel uncomfortable. If there are too many people, still a stranger, Bo Chang felt that he would still be bound by shame. Bah, pervert. Silver Wolf secretly spat in his heart. Aha said in surprise, as expected of Bo Chang, the speed at which he takes off his clothes has reached a level beyond the reach of ordinary people. It can be said to be almost Taoist. Are you surprised to see me take off my clothes for a second? Didn't Aha always follow me? Well, it's right to think about it. After all, he is a star god. He can't follow me every day. It was probably the silver wolf that pulled me to a different space. There was too much movement, which caused Aha's attention. After all, the star core hunter is considered the adopted son of the happy star god. It's impossible for him to just take a look. Bo Chang came to another conclusion in his mind. But this is just a guess. Only Aha himself knew what the specific situation was, and it was possible that he was pretending to be surprised. Uncle Chang often touched his chin with one hand, showing a thoughtful expression. His lower body was blocked by the long black wooden table, so there was no need to worry about his private parts being exposed by Silver Wolf. The third round of the game begins. Please both sides roll the dice at the same time. Aha gave the order. Bo Chang and Yinlang proceeded at the same time, and finally opened the dice together. The result was as expected. Bo Chang, 1, 1, 1. Yinlang, 6, 6, 6. Aha saw this scene, and his tone did not change at all, saying, "It seems that the two players have reached an agreement in private and decided to stagger the points to avoid being punished at the same time. Very smart choice. Then, let the referee Aha continue to roll the most critical dice." Then, Aha rolled 3 points. Yinlang was relieved. Bo Chang still chose the big adventure and shook out a 3 again. After a card task is completed, there will be a new big adventure card to replace it. Don't worry about the disappearance of card number 3. These are all asked by Yinlang. Aha took a look and said, mouth to mouth, kiss the player opposite you. Bo Chang. Yinlang. According to the feedback from these truth or dare cards, the author decided to open a separate chapter here to talk about it. High energy ahead. High energy ahead. High energy ahead. Although for the time being, the positive reviews are more than the negative ones, the shame level is a bit explosive. Those who feel uncomfortable can jump directly to chapter 227, game over. 224 is fine, mainly 225 and 226. The author doesn't know how to modify the following 2 chapters to reduce the shame level. Let's leave it like this for now. Forget it. I can't bear it, but I still have to watch it and die after picking my feet. I don't care. Killing but not burying. JPG. I have the option of love in the starry sky. Author, Lao Cha Shugu. Chapter 185. All of a sudden, the scene was awkwardly quiet. Bo Chang looked at Yinlang, and Yinlang looked at Bo Chang. Why does his big adventure involve me? Or is it mouth to mouth? Silver Wolf was trembling with anger. Bo Chang was still thinking about what to do. Aha said, friendly reminder, you only have 3 minutes to complete the task. If you cannot complete the task, it will be regarded as non-cooperation and you will be punished. As soon as these words came out, the two instantly understood Aha's intention. Because the person who performed the task was Bo Chang, Yinlang was not among them. So, if Bo Chang couldn't kiss Silver Wolf's big adventure, he was the only one who accepted the punishment. Compared with the punishment of truth or dare, the punishment of Happy Star God is obviously not on the same level. And according to Silver Wolf's previous inquiry, the punishment was also included in the calculation. This also means Silver Wolf can increase the number of times Bo Chang receives punishment by add 1 from 2 times to 3 times by not cooperating, thus expanding his advantage and giving him a greater chance of getting Aha's mysterious gift package. This is an obvious trap. The two were deliberately made to fight each other. Bo Chang didn't care much about Aha's mysterious gift package, but he didn't know if Silver Wolf would. Even if you don't care, will Yin Lang agree to kiss Fangs? This is not a kiss on the face, but a kiss on the mouth, which is very meaningful. Even if the hacker girl refuses, Bo Chang will understand. What choice will you make? Before the end of the task time, Bo Chang took the first step with the bird in his hand, but Silver Wolf did not move. This is good news. Then comes the second and third steps. Bo Chang quickly arrived in front of Yin Lang. During the action, the hacker girl took half a step back. But Silver Wolf showed no clear rejection. This made Bo Chang feel confident that if the hacker girl wanted to run away, it would not be easy to catch her after knowing that he had the third-rated power of the Dragon Talisman. After all, naked clothing increases damage, rather than movement speed. Even if you really catch it, it's still a bit difficult to kiss successfully. When he came to Yin Lang, Bo Chang did not rush to kiss her, but said, "I thought you would avoid it, I didn't expect you to be so generous. It's really touching. Do you think I'm the kind of idiot who loses his mind when he sees a reward? Although I hate to admit it, the two of us are now grasshoppers on the same rope, trying to undermine each other and have nothing to do with us. Regardless of the benefits, the best way is to spend this game peacefully." Silver Lang put his hands on his hips and focused on Bo Chang's face. "I'm still worried that you are greedy." Yes. Yin Lang was worried that Bo Chang would betray him. After all, from the current situation, Bo Chang is 2, Yin Lang is 1. Whoever has less wins. The hacker girl was walking in front. If Bo Chang wanted to win, he would have to do something quick. "Don't worry, Silver Wolf. I won't be greedy for profit. Let us cooperate happily together." Oh ho ho. Have all the audiences seen it? They were obviously enemies not long ago, but now they can reach this point. It's such an enviable relationship. Aha suddenly spoke, interrupting the conversation between Bo Chang and Yin Lang. "Hacker girls don't have any mood swings. I see that the time left for myself is getting less and less." Ba Kame said, "Then, I'm going to start, Silver Wolf." Finished. Bo Chang held down the hacker girl's shoulders. Since her code was open, he could easily get around her. Place your hands directly on the other person's shoulders. Silver Wolf's fragrant shoulders are relatively thin, and the bones can be directly touched. But the feel is still good. Silver Wolf had no intention of resisting at all, she just raised her head silently and closed her eyes. Just think of it as being licked by a dog. Silver Wolf thought so. Bo Chang's fingers exerted a little force. His mood was a bit complicated at this moment. He couldn't help but think to himself, is my first kiss about to go out? As early as when I just crossed over, Bo Chang had the opportunity to give his first kiss, artificial respiration to the star. But Bo Chang's speed slowed down a little. In the end, he only kissed the side of Xing's face. Take a deep breath. Bo Chang stabilized his emotions, looked at Yin Lang who closed his eyes and kissed her lips, and slowly lowered his head. The soft lips collided gently. The hacker girl felt like her little heart was going to jump out of her throat. Bo Chang's heavy breathing hit his face. Silver Wolf's pretty face was quickly dyed with a touch of red. My first kiss is gone. The hacker girl's body was stiff. My brain is also blank. Bo Chang did not give up this good opportunity, he gently bit Yin Lang's cherry lips. No way. The soft and sweet cherry lips taste great. Bo Chang couldn't bear it at all. Silver Wolf was stunned. After a few seconds of stalemate, Silver Wolf finally reacted. She bit Bo Chang's lip hard and then pushed it away. "Don't push yourself too far," the hacker girl said angrily. The opponent's attack did not cause any harm to Bo Chang. When the shell teeth bit it, there was only a slight sting, and the skin was not even broken. "That, I didn't mean it, Silver Wolf, you have to believe me." Bo Chang looked at the hacker girl, who took several steps back. An explanation with low credibility was given. The Silver Wolf gnashed its teeth, looking like a grinning beast. He didn't seem to believe Bo Chang's words at all. This is also normal. After all, it's too outrageous. In Bo Chang's eyes, the blush on the other person's face still lingered. "Player Bo Chang, please return to your position," Aha reminded. So, Bo Chang, who was naked, left as if he had been granted amnesty. Under the auspices of Aha, the fourth round of the game continues. Because when I kissed Silver Wolf face to face just now, Bo Chang has been seen by the hacker girl. So, once Silver Wolf meets Bo Chang's eyes, he will remember that dirty scene. If it's just the appearance of a bare butt, probably nothing. The key is that the two of them kissed just now. This was a big problem, causing Yinlang's heart to not be at peace at all. It can even be said that it is very confusing. Next, Bo Chang and Yinlang had a tacit understanding and rolled out 3 points and 18 points. Leave the final say to Aha, with the emergence of a 6. This time it was Silver Wolf who received the punishment. I choose to tell the truth. The hacker girl still has no intention of choosing a big adventure. With another roll of the dice, Aha glanced at the card and said, "Have you ever seen a short movie? It doesn't matter if you quit after just one look. If you have seen it, which pose do you prefer?" "I've seen it," Silver Wolf replied calmly, "I don't have a favorite pose." Heard this answer, Bo Chang was not surprised at all. As a genius hacker, it is normal for Silver Wolf to be exposed to bad information on the internet. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I have the option of Love in the Starry Sky. Author, Lao Cha Shugu. Chapter 186. Even if they are curious, they will take a look. Chapter 225, Intolerable, edited. The fifth round of the game begins. Since Bo Chang and Yinlang can accurately operate the points, so the final decision is given to Aha. This time, it is Bo Chang who receives the punishment. Looking at Yinlang's sharp eyes, Bo Chang chose truth or truth, and did not go for the big risk again. He randomly rolled a number. Aha said, "Do you want to surpass the opponent? If so, how do you want to surpass him?" Hearing such a question, Bo Chang's cold sweat stayed on the spot. This is a proposition. How should he answer? And Yinlang stared at him intently. It is even more difficult to say. If I had known, I should have chosen the big risk. Bo Chang shed tears of regret in his heart. Aha was not in a hurry. He said, "It's okay, contestant Ba Kane, you have 3 minutes to think about it. Please be careful, don't try to deceive me. Otherwise, you know the consequences." Aha's tone was very gloomy. The love option is open. Option 1, answer honestly, I want to surpass, I want to have big breasts. Completion reward, praise of lofty morality. At the fountain in the central square of the Baloberg administrative district, you can consume a praise of lofty morality to salvage the treasure in the fountain once. Note, this kind of prop will. Option 2, deceive Aha, I don't want to surpass, I am a gentleman, I don't think about these dirty things at all. Completion reward, Aha's unknown punishment. Seeing the reward of option 1. Bakane was a little bit overwhelmed. I'm like this, it's unreasonable for you not to give me the power of the 12 spells. Who are you fooling by giving a praise of lofty morality? Although he was madly complaining in his heart. But Bakane still honestly chose the first one. There is no other way. There is no other choice. Bo Chang inhaled and exhaled. After calming down, he looked at Yin Lang seriously and said, I want to be super, I want to have thick breasts. Rewards are being distributed. Congratulations on your high moral approval. Hearing the system's prompt sound, Bo Chang felt sad. Yin Lang snorted softly. Then he put his hands on his waist and the hacker girl said, I know I am very attractive. It is normal for you to have such strange thoughts, but I have never thought about that kind of thing. You can only think about it? Bo Chang. Aha didn't waste time. The game continued, and the victim of the 6th round was Yin Lang. This slightly regular back and forth let Bo Chang feel that Aha is manipulating in the dark. Of course. What is the truth of the matter? Bo Chang has no ability to see through, so he can only go with the flow. Now everyone has played to the 6th round. The game is about to end. Only the last 3 rounds are left, and it will be over if you hold on a little longer. I don't know why. In the 6th round, Silver Wolf chose the big dare instead of the truth. This made Bo Chang feel that the other party might have some unspeakable secrets in his heart. Otherwise, why would he suddenly change his strategy? After Silver Wolf shook out a number, Aha glanced at the card and said, walk to the opponent's face, look at him affectionately, and say, you are so bad, I like it so much. Silver Wolf didn't expect that he would draw such a big dare. Why not learn to bark like a dog? It's so unlucky. Silver Wolf held his forehead. Bo Chang didn't move, just looked at the other party quietly, and some strange pictures began to emerge in his mind inexplicably. Don't think about it. Bo Chang shook his head to clear his distracting thoughts. The hacker girl plucked up her courage and walked over with a calm face. The black-haired boy did nothing. Soon, Silver Wolf, who was a head shorter than Bo Chang, came in front of him. So far, Bo Chang is still naked. He thought about putting on clothes just now, but was stopped by Aha. At least before the game is over, Bo Chang must not put on his clothes again. This is Aha's rule. So, Bo Chang can only walk his bird temporarily. After Yin Lang came over, in order to avoid exposure, Bo Chang covered his crotch, sniffing the sweet scent in the air. Looking at Yin Lang, who was close at hand, her pretty face with a slight blush, and the cherry mouth he had just kissed, Bo Chang's mood could not calm down for a long time. No more talking, the cabinet moved. Yin Lang raised her head, and the headdress on her soft hair swayed gently. She tried to show a deep affection and said, you are so bad, I like it so much. Although it was a bit reluctant, but hearing this confession-like words, Bo Chang was still full of emotion in his heart. It's a pity that it's fake. It would be great if it was real. For the time being, this is just a delusion. After saying that, Yin Lang left mercilessly, leaving only a beautiful back. He looked like a heartless scumbag. Next came the 7th round. Silver Wolf was the victim again, and this time she chose to take a big risk. Aha also announced the mission. Go behind the opponent's opponent, hold his waist with both hands, use your crotch, and hit his butt hard 3 times, while saying, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you. Shenzima. Silence is Cambridge tonight. The hacker girl didn't want to talk. She felt that this mission was simply full of malice. The romance option is turned on. Option 1, please turn around and invite, come on, Silver Wolf, it doesn't matter if you use a little force. Completion reward, Get random props, ranging from matches to star destroyers. Note, such props will. Option 2, refuse to cooperate, turn around and run away, saying, I won't let you pass. Completion reward, within 24 hours, bad luck will plague you. There was no choice this time. I hope I can get better props. Option 1. Bo Chang turned around and said, come on, Yin Lang, it doesn't matter if you use a little force. Rewards are being distributed, congratulations on getting the equipment, super soft white stockings. This prop has the functions of self-healing and self-purification. This thing, seems like it can be given to Clara. Bo Chang's eyes lit up. Now. Aha made an extremely uncoordinated sound. Oh ho ho. Did everyone in the audience see it? Player Bo Chang is really sacrificing himself for others. Look at his raised butt, it looks like he's ready for thick breasts. Dear audience friends, do you think, should we give the Silver Wolf contestants some props? This will definitely make it more exciting. Aha made a gesture of listening. Bo Chang was horrified and waved his hands repeatedly, no props. No props. No props. Say important things 3 times. After all, God knows what kind of props Aha will come up with. In case it is a fake star. That guy is installed on the Silver Wolf, which is really eye-catching. What's more, the hacker girl still has tasks to do next. Push yourself with that thing. My scalp is numb. When Bo Chang thought of such a scene, he would naturally react greatly, making Yin Lang laugh. Chapter 226, Give a Chance, Repair. Huh? Too perverted? Okay, let's let Bo Chang go this time. Aha did not take out any props. Bo Chang finally breathed a sigh of relief, raised his head, and looked at Silver Wolf. I have the option of love in the starry sky. Author, Lao Cha Shugu. Chapter 187. The hacker girl was also looking at him. The two looked at each other and seemed to feel the helplessness in the other's heart. Bo Chang made an I understand you look. Gave her a little motivation. The next second, Silver Wolf moved lightly and soon came behind Bo Chang. He did not look back. Avoid putting pressure on the other party. He felt the hacker girl's little hand pressing his waist, as if a tingling electric current was rushing through his body. Bo Chang's strength weakened by 3 points. Then, Silver Wolf said expressionlessly, clamp your legs and squat down a little more. Bo Chang is too tall. If you follow this posture now, the Silver Wolf has to stand on tiptoes to reach it. This is certainly inconvenient. Hearing Yin Lang say such words in a clear female voice, Bo Chang felt strange in his heart. What a wonderful experience. Bo Chang muttered in his heart. But he did it anyway. Who made the two of them be controlled by Aha now? We can only play through this 9-round game first. It's going to be over soon anyway, just bear with it a little longer. Holding the table with both hands, Bo Chang's thighs covered with slender leg hair were slightly bent, and his body naturally descended. As for why Yin Lang asked Bo Chang to clamp his legs? Naturally, this is to avoid collision with big birds. After all, Bo Chang had no clothes on. Okay, I'm ready in this position. Are you ready? Silver Wolf also asked. Bo Chang nodded. He looked straight ahead and said without hesitation, always be prepared, come on. Seeing this, Yin Lang took a deep breath, stood on her tiptoes slightly, and launched a fierce attack on Bo Chang. With a snapping sound, Silver Wolf blushed and said in a low voice, I will supervise you. Supermarket you. Supermarket you. One thing to say. The hacker girl's strength is not small. Bo Chang's body was shaken 3 times by this force. The task was completed and Silver Wolf stopped. Just like before. The hacker girl still looked like a ruthless scumbag. She turned around and left without mercy, but her steps were a little trance-like. Bo Chang secretly recalled the feeling just now. After a while, Bo Chang just sighed. Aha is really good at playing. Please, two players, get ready, the 8th round of the game is about to begin. The orange mask suddenly made a sound, which brought Bo Chang and Yin Lang back to their senses, and they suddenly changed into a calm expression. It was as if nothing had happened just now. The two rolled the dice again. This time Bo Chang accepted the punishment and Yin Lang escaped. Hacker girl can watch a show. I choose to tell the truth. After Bo Chang finished speaking, he threw a 6. Aha glanced at the corresponding card and said, "Do you prefer the man on top or the woman on top?" I knew it wouldn't be possible to cause some fatal problems every time. Bo Chang replied without hesitation, "I like men on top." Silver Wolf kept his attitude of watching the show. This 8th round game was unremarkable. Next is the 9th round. Now Bo Chang and Yin Lang are 4-4. Whoever is punished again will miss Aha's mysterious gift package. But whether it's Bo Chang or Yin Lang, not nervous at all. One is because you don't care, and the other is because it's useless even if you care. This game is all about luck. After Yin Lang and Bo Chang reach an agreement, there is no possibility of competition. I can only leave it to fate. As Aha rolls the most crucial dice, the end result is 6 o'clock. There is no doubt that the hacker girl got hit in the last round. What is Aha's mysterious gift package? Bo Chang was already looking forward to it. Saw this result. Silver Wolf sighed deeply and said, "I choose to tell the truth." After the torture of the 2 rounds of adventure just now, the hacker girl no longer wanted to choose that thing, so she threw a number casually. Aha glanced at the card. "What do you think of the player on the other side? If he wants to pursue you, will you give him a chance?" Those are 2 questions. The Silver Wolf was as hairy as a cat. Aha glanced at her and said, "What? Are you not convinced?" Silver Wolf lost his temper instantly. The power of the Star God is suffocating, and the hacker girl cannot resist at all. "It doesn't matter, you have 3 minutes to think, can't you take more than 3 minutes?" Aha reminded him casually. Time passed by minute by minute. Faced with this question, Silver Wolf couldn't come up with an answer for a long time. Unable to help, Bo Chang could only look at her quietly. For this question. Of course Bo Chang was also very curious. Aha was not in a hurry. He just said to the audience, "It seems that the Silver Wolf player has been caught in a difficult choice. So, will she choose to tell the truth or lie? Let's wait and see." Bo Chang, how do I feel about him? Recalling what happened just now, Yin Lang fell into silence. He touched and kissed him. It seems that he is irresponsible. It doesn't make sense. Wait, what horrible things am I thinking? Silver Wolf is a more traditional girl. It was impossible to remain indifferent after being touched all the time, or even after being robbed of the first kiss. Now the whole person is confused. 120 seconds. 2 minutes passed like this. Silver Wolf at this time. I finally cleared my mind. He looked at Bo Chang and then at Aha. Yin Lang said, "Bo Chang is an interesting playboy. If he wants to pursue me." The hacker girl's cold silver gray pupils rippled, and she couldn't help but look away. You can give him a chance. It's just an opportunity, don't think too much." Silver Wolf turned to glare at Bo Chang. Aha was very excited to receive such an answer. Have you heard this, audience? This is the inner thought of the Silver Wolf contestant. Originally, Aha thought she would try to use her poor acting skills to get through. Result: Silver Wolf players still give in to their hearts. The orange mask held a microphone, and he was flying around in the air while talking with great joy. Bo Chang didn't know what to say. Silver Wolf, Are you actually willing to give me a chance? Does she really think so? Didn't I just do something excessive to her? Bo Chang couldn't understand it for a while. Silver Wolf lowered his head now, not knowing what he was thinking. Maybe you feel a little shy? Dear audience friends, are you satisfied with the game hosted by referee Aha? If you think it's okay, please don't be stingy and applaud generously. Aha just finished speaking. Deafening applause erupted from the enclosed stage. The happy star god doesn't do this. I have the option of love in the starry sky. Author, Lao Cha Shugu. Chapter 188. Bo Chang almost forgot that there were audiences around. Chapter 227 Game over. Then, the next time will be handed over to the two newcomers, please leave the audience. The orange mask opened its two orange arms. The surrounding stage quickly faded. This place turned back into the previous black space. Aha also disappeared instantly, like a wisp of yellow smoke going straight into the sky. Only a red gift bag tied with a yellow ribbon was left on the spot. Aha left. He left quietly, without even saying a word to Bo Chang. In this dark space, only Yinlang and Bo Chang were left. Just like not long ago. The hacker girl seemed to have not recovered from the game yet. She lowered her head and her breathing was a little heavy. After thinking for a while, Bo Chang said, "Silver Wolf, are you okay? How about we see what reward the Godfather left behind? Look for yourself, that's what the Joy Star God left for you." Silver Wolf's tone was very calm. In this game, Silver Wolf lost, so she naturally had no intention of touching the gift that was left by the Star God. It was not a designated person. Who dares to touch it? Those who dislike their lives can try. Damn, Joy Star God must be playing tricks on me. Does he dare to say that he didn't cheat? Even Bo Chang and Silver Wolf can easily control the points of the dice. Aha should be able to do it too. Especially those truth or dare. Silver Wolf even felt that Joy Star God made it up on the spot. There might not be any words on those cards. Did he let Bo Chang win on purpose? Silver Wolf couldn't help but have such thoughts. After all, the two sides seemed to have an extraordinary relationship. Bo Chang didn't know Silver Wolf's little thoughts, and he quickly opened the red gift bag. And found 3 small gadgets emitting golden light inside. What is this? Bo Chang took one out of it. This is a gadget similar to a glass ball, 2 or 3 fists in size, with interlocking golden circles inside. The stream of light in the center emits a dazzling golden light. There is also a metal base below. Although this thing looks a little familiar, Bo Chang couldn't remember where he had seen it for a while. Silver Wolf took a look and said, "This is called the footprint of destiny, a material that strengthens destiny. Absorb it with your destiny power, and your destiny of destruction will become stronger. And this thing is universal, and all destinies can use it, so it is a very precious material. It is a treasure that is priceless, and I have only used 3 of them." Silver Wolf's eyes flashed with envy. If she hadn't joined the Star Core Hunter, the hacker girl would have no chance to enjoy the footprint of destiny. After all, this thing is something that you can't get even if you have money. Once it appears, even the Star God Envoy will find a way to get it. Even if he doesn't use it himself. He can also use it for the younger generation at home. Bo Chang realized at this time what kind of treasure IHA left for him. Hand over the footprint of destiny in his hand. Bo Chang said, "Silver Wolf, I'll give this to you. After all, we got it together. Although you were a step behind in the end, you also contributed a lot." "Are you serious?" Silver Wolf looked at the generous Bo Chang and didn't know what to say for a moment. "This thing is very valuable. One is worth hundreds of millions of credit points. You're just giving it to me like this." Silver Wolf's bounty was only 5.1 billion credit points. This thing is almost worth 1/10 of the hacker girl's net worth. And you can't buy it even if you want to. Yeah, Bo Chang nodded, then took a few steps forward and placed the glass ball shining with golden light in Silver Wolf's palm. I still have two, you don't have to worry about me being at a disadvantage. Reach out to catch the footprints of fate. Silver Wolf looked at the golden light inside, and the familiar power seemed to be tempting her to absorb it quickly. Well, okay, Bo Chang, thank you. Silver Wolf failed to refuse this mysterious gift, and she accepted it silently. Looking at the beautiful and youthful hacker girl in front of her, Bo Chang couldn't help asking, Silver Wolf, does what you just said count? What? Did I say anything? Silver Wolf rolled his eyes. Bo Chang was stunned, and suddenly realized that the other party was going to play dumb. Silver Wolf continued, it's all your fault. You've delayed me for so much time. Hurry up and take your things and go. One hand tapped the floating screen in the air. Silver Wolf summoned two colorful portals, and crashed into the portals with the footprints of fate. Disappeared in an instant. I don't know where he went. Bo Chang stretched out his hand in vain, but did not try to keep him. Forget it, too many things happened today, let Silver Wolf calm down first. I need to calm down too. Until now. Bo Chang still doubted what Silver Wolf said just now. After all, we shouldn't know each other very well. Wait, it seems that I am not familiar with her, but Silver Wolf should be quite familiar with me. Bo Chang remembered it clearly. As early as Baloberg, Silver Wolf had already begun to monitor him. It's better to stop thinking nonsense, pack your things and leave quickly, lest the portal suddenly closes, it will be fun. Just when Bo Chang was picking up his clothes and carrying the last two traces of fate, Kafka was looking at the embarrassed Silver Wolf. Compared to how it was before, Silver Wolf is indeed in a lot of embarrassment now. Not to mention his messy hair, his face wasn't very good either. How do you feel when you are back? Bo Chang didn't do anything too excessive to you, right? Kafka stared at the Silver Wolf with her intoxicating eyes. The hacker girl replied angrily, I feel very bad. Bo Chang also did very excessive things to me. Do you know the laughing punishment? He is like a child, tickling me crazily. And we met the happy star god near the end. Bo and I often played games with him, and we were tortured very miserably. About the specific content of the game. And the fact that his first kiss was taken away from him. Silver Wolf didn't want to say it out loud. Star God. Kafka's eyes widened slightly. Silver Wolf said, yes, fortunately, the happy star god left something behind in the end. Speaking of, Kafka, the hacker girl suddenly stared at the burgundy-haired lady, you did it on purpose just now, right? You actually sold me to Bo Chang. I really have you. It's not that I want to sell you. Didn't we already make preparations before we went? Kafka has noticed the traces of fate on the Silver Wolf. Presumably this is what the happy star god left behind. But as long as you use the spirit of speech, Silver Wolf has no intention of giving up. Kafka shook his head and said, my speech spirit is ineffective on him. Elio told me that as long as I speak, listen to me, Bo Chang will reply, I refuse. This should be some kind of ability of his that can perfectly restrain me. You won't be the only one trapped there by then. Silver Wolf, why didn't you tell me earlier? On the other side, Bo Chang, who passed through the colored barrier, did not return to his room. Instead, he appeared on March 7th's bed. Looking at the pink-haired girl lying next to him, holding the quilt and staring blankly at him, Bo Chang, who was still naked, was speechless for a moment. Chapter 228 The Smell of Other Women, more updates. The two stared at each other. It must be very late now. Why aren't you sleeping on March 7th? And why am I being teleported to someone else's room? What did Silver Wolf do? Is this deliberately trying to kill me? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I have the option of Love in the Starry Sky. Author, Lao Cha Shugu. Chapter 189. Bo Chang didn't know, he smelled the embarrassing smell in the air. Said something. Good evening, March, you're still up so late. Bo Chang said, touching his hair with one hand. March 7th was completely stunned. It took several seconds to come to his senses. Look at the pink-haired girl's pupils gradually dilating and her lips slowly opening. Bo Chang suddenly realized something. Misuki wants to scream. No. Absolutely not. In this case. How could Bo Chang let March Chi be called out? So. Bo Chang quickly reached out his hand and covered the pink-haired girl's mouth, smothering her screams midway. Just let out a short sound although it is a bit awkward in the night. But the sound is short and quiet. It shouldn't be a big problem. Bo Chang said, "Shh, March, calm down." Calm down? How do you want me to calm down? March 7th hugged the quilt, trembling all over. Anyone who saw a naked man appearing in his room in the middle of the night would probably be scared. Be it a man or a woman. I can't even calm down. Unless the two parties are husband and wife or a couple. Bo Chang and March 7th are not that close yet. Although they had slept together in the same bed before, it was mostly the pink-haired girl who took the initiative, and both parties were wearing clothes. How is it like now? On March 7th, I slept alone, wearing only my underwear. Bo Chang is even more brilliant. What on earth is he going to do? Could he be trying to do something strange to me? March 7th struggled, accompanied by the creaking and shaking of the big bed. The pink-haired girl kicked Bo Chang with her little feet through the thin quilt. 1 leg, 2 legs, 3 legs. March 7th wanted to kick Bo Chang out of bed. Unfortunately, I didn't use enough strength and couldn't do it at all. It seemed like a joke instead. Seeing this, Bo used his invisible hands to firmly control the pink-haired girl. March, I just accidentally barged in. Leave right away. I'll leave right away. Don't react so harshly. Bo Chang tried his best to appease March 7th. On the other side, Zillowa, who had just finished her street performance, returned to the Yuchan Inn. She was about to push the door open when she suddenly heard a low cry coming from March 7th's room. Then there was another strange squeaking sound. What's going on? Silva was a little curious. March 7th's room was facing the blonde royal sister's room. Zillowa heard it very clearly, and she vaguely felt that someone was talking inside. But the sound is too low. And there are also squeaking noises. Silva couldn't hear clearly and didn't know who was speaking. March 7th. What are you doing? Do you want to ask? Think for a moment. Zillowa turned around, knocked on March 7th's door, and said, March, are you still awake? I heard some strange noise coming from your room. Are you okay? Silva? Isn't she still asleep? It's really troublesome. Bo Chang felt it toothache. There was a small light on in March 7th's room. The pale yellow light gives the furnishings in the house a touch of golden color. If Silva breaks through the door at this time, you will see a wonderful scene. Only, the blonde lady was not a pink-haired girl, so she couldn't break into the house, so naturally she had no chance of participating in this scene. Bo Chang pressed down on March 7th and whispered, Please, March 7th, send Zillowa away. Although this move is a bit risky. But Bo Chang can only believe in March 7th now. Otherwise, if she doesn't get an answer, Zillowa might break in. Having said that, Bo Chang slowly let go of his hand, including the invisible hand. March 7 looked at Bo Chang, who was close at hand. After the other party's explanation, she calmed down a little. Pink pupils swept around. Turn your head. March 7 said, I'm fine, Zillowa. I just saw a good movie, so I was a little excited. A good movie? A question mark floated over Silva's head. What good movie can make the bed vibrate with joy? But since March 7 said so, Silva didn't pay attention. Oh, that's it? As long as you're fine, I'm going back to bed. You should also go to bed early. After the blonde lady finished speaking, she yawned greatly. Hearing distant footsteps outside the door, Bo Chang felt relieved. Of course, the most reassuring thing is March Chi's attitude. She didn't say anything nonsense. You can get off me now, March 7 whispered. After Bo Chang was reminded, he immediately got out of bed and put on his tattered bathrobe. Looking ragged, Bo Chang also carries the Spear of Oath. March 7 asked, are you going out to have a fight with someone else? It was precisely because an anomaly was found. That's why the pink-haired girl chose to help cover up. Almost, so if something goes wrong when I get back, I'll leave right away. Bo Chang had no intention of telling anything about the Star Core Hunter and Aha. These things can be considered little secrets. I thought you were showing off your bestiality and wanted to force yourself. I was shocked. March 7 Saturday upholding the quilt. Ba Kame said, I think too much, I still want to stay on the Star Dome train. How dare I take action against you? Anyone with eyesight can see it. At Star Train, March 7 is loved by everyone. Almost everyone allowed it 3 points. Even though the pink-haired girl broke a lot of things on the train. GZI, Pam, and others only gave them verbal education and didn't care at all. If it were anyone else, there is definitely no such privileged level of treatment. If Bo Chang dared to attack March 7 by force, he would probably be kicked out of the Star Dome train the next day. So what on earth were you out doing? March 7 is unrelenting. Bo Chang went out for a trip, and when he came back he looked like this. It's hard not to be suspicious. This is Bo Chang. With his strength, who can force him to do this? Not even wearing any clothes. Did he go out to have a fight with the Black Tower? March 7 looked confused. Bo Chang shook his head and said, it's nothing. I just dealt with a small matter. Let's not talk about it for now. I have to leave. Get dressed and grab the 2 footprints of destiny and the Spear of Oath. Bo Chang turned and left. Etc. March 7 suddenly stretched out his hand and grabbed Bo Chang's clothes. Forced to stop. I have the option of love in the starry sky. Author, Lao Cha Shugu. Chapter 190. Bo Chang turned his head and saw March Chi with a serious face. His heart skipped a beat and said, what's wrong? Why do you smell like other women? March 7 stared at Bo Chang. Chapter 229 Smell yours. In an instant, the whole house fell into a quiet and depressing atmosphere, like the eve of a storm. Bo Chang swallowed. I had a close encounter with Silver Wolf just now. It's normal to pick up a little smell. I just didn't expect that I could smell it on March 7. Are you a dog? Bo Chang was unable to complain. The romance option is turned on. Option 1, turn around and run away, saying, this is your illusion, don't say anything anymore, goodbye. Completion reward, Yandera's gaze. Note, watch your back. Option 2, wave your hands repeatedly and explain, March, you are too suspicious, I don't smell like anything. Completion reward, get random props, ranging from matches to star destroyers. Note, such props will. Option 3, hug March 7 and say, then smell it carefully, don't be shy, I will smell yours too, and we are even. Completion reward, obtain equipment, teleportation ring, can be used at 10. It can be teleported at will within a meter and comes with 3 bars of energy. Each use consumes 1 bar and requires 24 hours of charging to restore 1 bar. Note, such props will. It can be seen from the options. It is not advisable to run away directly, as it will cause huge problems in the end. Option 2 is less rewarding than option 3. Bo Chang made his decision immediately, followed by exclamations. Bo Chang hugged March 7th and said, "Then you smell it carefully, don't be shy, I will smell yours too, and we will be even." Saying. Bo Chang actually put his nose to March Chi's neck, taking in the air containing the girl's body fragrance. Rewards are being distributed. Congratulations on getting the equipment and teleportation ring. Note, such props will. I got it, Fu Xian's teleportation ring. Bo Chang was secretly happy. March 7th was stunned again. Feeling the heavy breathing of the black-haired boy, she couldn't say a word. It was like this for more than 10 seconds. March 7th, whose mind was completely blank, pushed Bo Chang away. "You, what are you doing? Pervert. Don't you think I smell like other women?" Bo Chang opened his arms calmly. "In that case, I'll let you confirm it. It should be fine." March 7th stared at Bo Chang closely. "To be honest, just now, I felt a strange fragrance on Bo Chang's body on March 7th. This kind of aura does not belong to the girls around me." It immediately attracted the attention of March 7th. Then don't move, I'll smell it myself." March 7th stood up holding the thin quilt, and the soft cool quilt rubbed her skin smoothly. "Hold one hand across your chest. A quilt falling due to gravity. Let March Chi's body reveal a large area of snow-white skin. The rounded shoulders and the looming broad mind are all eye-catching. Swing your feet slightly. When traveling in style in March." The cold quilt couldn't block her slightly plump buttocks, and you could tell from one look that she was fertile. Bo Chang couldn't help but compare March 7th with Silver Wolf. Apparently, this is the complete defeat of Silver Wolf. Although the hacker girl has an outstanding temperament, a delicate face, and a pretty slim waist. But in terms of body shape, it really can't be compared with March 7th. Be it breasts or ass. They're all a little short of each other. The salted duck butt is a treasure, but a little too small. Bo Chang still prefers bigger ones. Don't say anything else. The aspect of good fertility and health is very tight. Just when Bo Chang was distracted looking at March Chi's graceful figure, she had already arrived in front of him, gently twitching her little nose. Want to find clues from the other party? Feeling March 7th spinning around him, Bo Chang felt like there were ants crawling on his body. For a moment, Bo Chang really wanted to push March 7th down. But when he thought of the serious consequences of doing so, Bo Chang's reason took over. You can tell just from the fact that March 7th almost screamed just now. Bo Chang is far away from truly overthrowing the opponent. I'm afraid there's still a lot left to be desired. The only one that can be overthrown with certainty. Only seeing, she wouldn't resist anyway. March, is it enough now? I'm still in a hurry to go back to sleep. It'll be ready soon. March 7th walked around behind Bo Chang. Strange, where did that smell come from just now? Why can't I find it now? Did I misunderstand him? March 7th was a little confused, and she scratched her head. Pink pupils downward. March 7th's eyes fell on Bo Chang's buttocks. One thing to say. Because of his strong body, Bo Chang's buttocks are quite stylish, and he can be called a young man with a pert butt. Could it be, this is here? Thinking of Bo Chang who had his back turned to him just now. March 7th is thoughtful. But, I can't squat down and smell it. It's really degrading. If it's the upper body, March 7th can still sniff it. But this is the lower body. The pink-haired girl was immediately stumped. The longing for the truth and the inner shame are constantly in conflict. After a moment of pause, the shame in my heart still defeated my desire for the truth. March 7 patted Bo Chang's butt and said, "Okay, the inspection is over. I probably smelled it wrong. You can go." "That's fine, why are you slapping my ass?" Bo Chang muttered in his heart. Then Bo Chang left quietly under the watchful eyes of March 7. "Really, if I tell you to leave, you will really leave?" Saw Bo Chang's figure disappearing at the door. A feeling of disappointment suddenly arose in March Chi's heart, and she felt quite contradictory. When Bo Chang appeared with his butt naked, trembling with fear. Now that Bo Chang is really gone, March 7 begins to miss the feeling just now. "Forget it, let's go back to bed, we have to get up early tomorrow." The pink-haired girl couldn't help but yawn. It's very late now. If it weren't for Bo Chang kissing his forehead before. As a result, March 7 was extremely energetic. "I'm afraid I've fallen asleep a long time ago." "How could it be that you haven't slept until now?" Bo Chang secretly returned to the room and placed 2 footprints of fate on the bed. After being reminded by Silver Wolf, Bo Chang then remembered what it was. 5-star strengthening materials in the game. It seems to be quite rare in this world. If a credit point is worth hundreds of millions, I just need to sell one and I will be rich all of a sudden. Bo Chang sighed in his heart, "Aha, is really generous. But this precious reinforced material, it would definitely be uneconomical to sell it. Bo Chang must absorb one himself, just as he needs to strengthen his power of destruction. As for the other one, should I absorb it myself? Or should I give it to someone else? Scene probably needs it, so I can give it to Silva." Bo Chang fell into deep thought. Due to his own reasons, Seeing failed to obtain the new destiny power.